Hello and welcome to another edition of Rarer Hot Wheels, except in this edition we won't be looking at any Hot Wheels. We'll be taking a look at some of the loose finds that I've had over the last couple of years, and these are mostly from Matchbox and Corgi, although there is one from Tomica as well, and it's rather a nice little casting. So let's get on and have a look at these rarer die-cast and stick them on the turntable. This is the Adams Probe 16 by Corgi Whiz Wheels, and it's quite a cool little vehicle. Now, the Adams Probe for real came out in 1969 and was designed by Dennis and Peter Adams, formerly of Marcos. And this car had a claim to fame. I'm not sure how many were built, but its claim to fame was it appeared as one of the main vehicles in Stanley Kubrick's old film, A Clockwork Orange. According to Toy Mart, the Adams Probe was produced between 1971 and 1972 under the Corgi Whiz Wheels brand. And this is a slightly bigger car than the usual 1/64th, and I'm guessing it's around about 1/50th scale. Sadly, my example is missing its sliding roof. Now we go over to Matchbox with this Lotus Super 7, the baby of Lotus's Colin Chapman, and small and light and cool it was. The Matchbox version was produced from 1971 to 1977, with the orange version like this being produced between 71 and 74. There was a yellow one that came later. It was made from 75 through 1977. Now, as you may have noticed, most of these cars come from car boot sales or rummage sales, and the condition can vary from pretty much mint to absolutely battered, just like this one. And this is a Corgi Junior's Healer Wheeler, a kind of Space 1999-esque ambulance. If you're too young to remember what Space 1999 is, look it up. But this little example was produced from 1973 to 1983, and as far as I'm aware, they came out in white with the Red Cross sticker on it, and that was the only variation. And now onto this lovely Matchbox Dodge Daytona Turbo Z, or Z to you Americans, with the wonderful diffractive foil wheels. Now, this one came from a range of vehicles called Lasers Wheels, part of the Superfast range, and these things apparently ran quicker than the other cars in the range. It features an opening hood and saying wheels that reflect all the different colours. Now, it's a pretty cool little machine, a little bit different, and they were produced from 1987 to round about 1989. Now, this mucky little blue race car is a Corgi Growlers Can-Am racer. Now, the Growlers were produced from 1975 until I'm not sure when, and they were a sub-range of the Corgi Juniors. Please excuse the dog. Now, they were fitted with a fifth little cogwheel or geared wheel underneath the car that when you rubbed it along the carpet or along the floor, as you pushed it down, it made a growling sound, in a similar fashion to putting a playing card in your push-bike rear wheel and hearing it clatter on the spokes. It worked pretty much the same way. Anyway, there were 8 cars in the range, and they were quite popular. I remember having quite a few of them when I was a kid. I don't have any of the original ones now, but I did have this particular one. Now, this won't be the first time or the last time that you get to meet, please excuse the dog again, you get to meet my Matchbox AMX Javelins. Now, this particular light green one was introduced in 1972, as was the range, and the light green ran through till 75. It's one of the Matchbox Superfast series and was produced between 72 and 77. Now we have the Oldsmobile Aerotech from Matchbox, and this Oldsmobile is quite a new one in this, by comparison with the cars in this video, produced from 89 to 1995. Now, this particular one in fluorescent orange was produced between 1992 and 1993, and it is rather bright. And the final model for this show is a Tomica Morgan Plus 8. Now, this is a brand I know even less about than I do with Matchbox and Corgi and Dinky. Hot Wheels is my thing, but this is a really nice little model, and as far as I can tell, it was introduced way back in 1977. It features wheels they call button wheels, and I can understand why, because they do kind of look like buttons. They're very thin and very small in diameter. But other than that, I know nothing. Well, thanks for watching, and don't forget to come back soon. Hope you enjoyed what you saw, and I'm sure you'll enjoy what's to come. Take care and toodles.